So, lads, today we are going to be talking about the Caitlin Clark injury, and we're going to be uploading a lot of videos about this injury right now because there are a lot of individual things that I think need to be said and need to be done. And like, it is, for me, the most egregious thing about all this is I think this injury is on whatever. Injuries happen. But I think the start to this season and the fact that the team are in such dire straits is the responsibility of two people. It is the responsibility of Kelly Krauskopf and Amber Cox. It is the responsibility of the two of them because obviously you look at this team, you look at a team that has all the potential in the world. They have all the potential in the world, and you had all the cap space in the world. Did you go look overseas for a backup point guard? Backup point guards that were available in the WNBA this season as free agents. Keeping Erica Wheeler was an option. Was it a great option? No. Keeping Erica Wheeler. Signing Akoa Makani, one of the best players in the French league. Trading anything, just something, to the New York Liberty for Marine Foto. Elite backup point guard. You could have gone and I blanked on her name. There's a Spanish do-it-all point guard. You could have tried to go to the Mercury and bringing Clara Lundqvist over. You've seen it, and there's no more talk about being like these overseas players aren't great. Are you watching what Akoa Makani is doing for the Phoenix Mercury? Akoa Makani is born in 2001. So Akoa Makani's a year younger than Kate Martin. She is at the age of a rookie. There are so many elite players that if you were just a little bit creative, you could have signed. But you signed a bunch of old people in terms of basketball terms. You got Sid Colson. You can't put Sid Colson on the floor. It's unfortunate. Sid Colson is not good enough to see the floor. You can't put Sid Colson on the floor. She is she's just not good enough. And there's the close thing you have to back a point guard, Sophie Cunningham, and you got so lucky. You got so lucky that the Phoenix Mercury won the Satu Sabally sweepstakes. You got so lucky because if the Phoenix Mercury, if the Dallas Wings had won, or sorry, if the Dallas Wings, if the Liberty had won the Satu Sabally sweepstakes, there would have been no opportunity for you to trade for Sophie Cunningham. The Phoenix Mercury needed Sophie Cunningham's contract off the books, and they needed Nalissa Smith included in that trade because the Dallas Wings wanted to bring in Dejanay Carrington. So the only reason the Fever they looked into getting Sophie Cunningham, and it was a right decision. But you're now looking at this team and you're like, this team doesn't have a backup point guard. The only way they can function without Caitlin Clark on the floor is by changing their entire system. Surely there is a player that you can find that plays with their head up. Surely that you can find a player that runs and likes to run. Because the problem is now with the Indiana Fever is that there's no even comparison when it comes to Sid Colson. Because she's like an old WNBA point guard. Surely it's not hard to find a point guard that plays with their head up. Surely it's not hard to find someone that just launches throw ahead pass. And I understand in the WNBA, Paige Bueckers, Sonia Citron might be the only freaking players that I would almost trust in that regard. It's a lot of young players, but there's a lot of young guards. Is there a reason? Maybe you can sign a short-term hardship contract and you might have the salary cap flexibility to sign a hardship contract. And look, I don't think she's anything absolutely unbelievable. I think she really, really struggled. Really, really struggled in preseason. But is it wrong to say maybe taking a look at Serena Sundell? Is it a wrong thing to do? She's not ready yet for the physicality, but I mean, Sid Colson's just not good enough. Is it wrong to say that that you should look at Serena Sundell? Because Caitlin Clark was carrying an injury in preseason. And because you had no backup point guard, she has to play 38 minutes, 32, and 38. She has to play 38 in 2 of her last 3 games. They're like, she's averaging 35 minutes a game. That's less than normal. She's coming off an injury. There is no reason that Caitlin Clark should have to play 35 minutes a game off an injury. There's no reason that the team should not function. They have like something like a minus. They had a minus 125 net rating over these 2 games. Caitlin Clark was off the floor. Like, they don't function when she's off the floor. They don't function when she's off the floor at all. And that's the problem is that like you couldn't even bring a point guard for the team to function. Like, even Erica Wheeler was a better decision than this. And by the way, everyone's like, oh, you don't understand the importance of Sydney Colson on the locker room. I don't give a damn. I understand how important Sydney Colson is to the locker room. I don't give a damn how important Sydney Colson is to the locker room. If she's not going to do anything on the floor. I don't care. I don't care. And I mean that. I don't care. It's fine to have a locker room presence. But like, to act like they didn't have enough locker room, like didn't have enough vets in the locker room with DeWanna Bonner, Bree Turner. Bree Turner's there as a locker room presence. She's not good enough. Michaela Timpson's a rookie. Fine, keep Michaela Timpson. You keep Michaela Timpson no matter what. Lexi Hull, you can't say Lexi Hull, Leah Boston aren't good, and Kelsey Muttle aren't good locker room people. You didn't need to sign a whole bunch of old people. You didn't need to sign. You could have signed a young player that wasn't your draft pick. You could have signed a 25, 26-year-old. You could have kept the team relatively young and signed 1 to 2 vets instead of just having an old team, because this team's not going to function right now. And the worst part is the only way this team is going to function is playing a play style that's not going to work in the playoffs. The only way they're going to function is by walking the ball up the floor. And walking the ball up the floor takes their best player out of it. They don't have a like-for-like backup. The closest thing they had was, again, they could have tried to mold Grace Berger into that because she's at least young. She's at least better than Sig Colson at that style. It's not too late to take her back. Like, I'm trying to just even think. You don't want to get one of the old WNBA players. You got to be, if you are the Indiana Fever, you've got to be creative. You have got to look at undrafted players. You have got to look at high motor point guards that look up. You've got to be so creative. You've got to look maybe at shooting guards, maybe at small forwards that play with their head up. You have got to be creative because next season, because this Indiana Fever team, look, they're probably not going to win this year. They're not as good as the Lynx or the Liberty. You cannot do this going into 2026. You cannot do it going into 2026. You cannot have Caitlin Clark be forced to play 38 minutes a game because her backup is just there for vibes. That's not acceptable. It is not acceptable. And look, this Indiana Fever team is like, it is what it is. That's all I'm going to say about this Fever team. It is what it is. But that's the only thing, is like they're not ready really to do anything. They're not ready yet to do anything as far as like, I don't know why I clicked there. As far as competing is concerned. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.